bestauto-detailing-tips.com. I gotta yell because I'm working right next to this busy street. I'm hoping that this is picking up. RVs, I am very diversified when it comes to my services. I work on boats, RVs, cars, commercial equipment. You name it, there's probably nothing that I have not touched. Decal removal, oxidation restoration, gel coat restoration, debadging, just go down the list. If you go to my website under specialty services, you can see all the different things I diversify in. So for all you potential detailers that want to get in the business, that is a good tip I can give you, is that the more diversified you can become, of course that means you have to learn more, but it opens doors that will put you above and beyond your competition. And not all jobs are created equal, so the profit margin on certain jobs are far greater than traditional jobs. So when you can put yourself in a category that's different significantly because you are so diversified than your competitors, that gives you, a couple steps ahead of the competition. And if you happen to specialize in something that no one else does, well, in many ways you can really set your own prices. So I'm going to do my best to zoom in, because what I'm doing is I'm doing a decal removal on RVs. It's very problematic. I get lots of calls. They fade, they crack, they peel very quickly. It's just a problem in the industry. I get a lot of calls from all over the country, just people asking questions. Anyhow, so I'm actually going to use this video to help those that are trying to get into the business of detailing and offer some suggestions, but also for RV owners to answer some of their questions. Anyhow, so who knows how the editing job's going to come out. Anyhow, I'm going to pull back, and what I'm doing right now is I am just I'm going to take you up real quick and do some close-up explaining. So when it comes to decals, or RV decals specifically, and this can be boats, but generally a much bigger problem for RVs of any kind and configuration. So far this said Montana, as you can probably see the ghost. Now this white area is where the decal has been removed. There's some adhesive, some residual adhesive around the edges, which is common. So if you think that just pulling the decal off by hand is all that it's going to require, you will be sadly mistaken. Now I'm using a heat gun. That's the easiest, and there's my heat gun, and it is a professional grade heat gun. This will literally blister this gel coat. It will melt this gel coat if I hold it. It will burn your hand. It is not your mother's, daughter's, boyfriend's, girlfriend's, whatever hair dryer. This thing gets it will heat things up to like the temperature of the sun. So right there, I use a professional grade heat gun. And because not every decal is created equal, they will respond differently. Not only is there endless different manufacturers that create this material, but even the color of the decal itself will determine how it responds to coming off or not coming off. So for example, I can have this blue, which is part of like this mountain, that will peel off easy, or I should say easier than the gray part. Just like colors of cars, different colors absorb the sun's radiation differently. So if you have a darker decal, it will degrade and discolor and fade and crack sooner and quicker than the lighter color. It will also discolor the material, which is called gel coat officially in this case, differently than the lighter color decals. Not every time, but it often will. So as you peel them off, it will reveal different things. Now with this Montana, I'm able to use the heat gun to get it off rather quickly. Now quickly is relative. So far I've been working on this probably 20 minutes just to get this Montana off. I've already tested this lower area right here. There used to be a decal, and I tried to use the heat gun, and it just wants to peel off and break off in little sections. So I'm probably gonna have to use the eraser tool on this. So for right now, I'm just gonna be shooting some video. I'm not gonna talk. I'll just fast forward it when I'm editing it, so you can kind of see the process to give you a little idea of what to expect in the removal process. Okay, I think it shot it, but as you can see, I went from the Montana down to what would be, looks like representation of clouds. It's like a gray material. And then the mountain, which is a different shades of blue and white. You can see how they responded differently. Even the same color of decal will respond differently. There's just no set rule. It literally comes down to a case by case. And because I get so many calls from so many people who try it themselves, they think, oh yeah, that's pretty straightforward. That looks pretty easy. No big deal. But that that moment, probably, I don't know, 7 minutes or something just to get that off. You times that by some big areas, it gets tedious, very frustrating very quickly. Most people give up and they want to take out a razor blade or something and somehow think they're going to cut to the chase and end up doing more damage and create a worse problem for themselves. So I'm going to stop this and I'm going to pull you in for a closer look to now talk about the next step of the process.